Hello, and thank you for joining me. I wanted to do my 6-month update for moving to France. I took the leap of faith and moved from Charlotte, North Carolina to Annecy, France, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to tell you about all the questions I've received. I have tons of questions that I receive every single day on Instagram. So if you are over there, follow me. My handle is Tina E. Whitaker, 1H and 2 T's. So I'd love to see you there and send me a DM. Tell me how you are joining me on Instagram and mention that you saw this video. I would love it. Let's stay in touch. So, 6 months in France, and it has been quite a journey. Now let me give you some background. If you guys don't already know, I'm originally from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. I moved to Miami, Florida right after college. Before college, I went to high school in France and I graduated from American School of Paris. Absolutely loved it. Of course, it was a little bit different because I had my mother. My father was working in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, but my mother was with me in France. And, you know, I went to a wonderful school with like awesome people. And I really learned a lot about culture, about the world. I traveled a lot. I had allowance and free rent, and I was 17, and it was amazing. We were supposed to stay for 3 years, but unfortunately the company made some changes and we had to go back to the mother company in Detroit, Michigan. So I went back to my little Bloomfield Hills high school. No, I didn't. I was graduated and I went to college, and I finished college in 4 years. And then I moved to Miami after that. And then I moved to Charlotte and I became a Charlotte realtor. And I absolutely love real estate. It's one of my life's passions. I love working with people just as much as I love traveling. But there was something inside of me that said that I had to move overseas. And in 2017, I moved to Paris, France for 6 weeks. I only could stay for 6 weeks, although that I had a year visa to stay in Europe, but I came back for a plus size model job that I could not refuse. So I went back. They let me go for 6 weeks, thank God. That was a wonderful experience. But afterwards, I decided that I really still had this yearning in my heart that I wanted to move overseas. So I got another visa for 1 year. And now that brings us up to date to 2019, and I'm here for a year. So it's been 6 months. I have another 6 months more to go. And I have an opportunity to possibly renew my visa for another year, and I think after that I could probably do another year if I wanted to. I'm not sure, but on my visa, it's a tourist visa. I cannot work for a French company. I would have to work for my company in the United States, or I could work doing like freelance or online. And I do a bunch of stuff online. Not only am I still a referral agent in the United States, I also work with Americans who want to invest and buy and sell in the European market. And I partner with different international agencies in Europe to help them buy or sell. So if you ever wanted to invest in buying a house overseas, definitely contact me on Instagram. Or you can contact me at my email, which is just my Instagram handle at gmail.com. And I also work with USA buyers who want to buy in any state. I can refer them to a top realtor in their area, which I love to do because I have a large network of realtors that I work with. So I absolutely love assisting people in that way. And if you are in Charlotte or South Carolina where I'm licensed, I may fly back if, for a special client, I will fly back and assist the process. And I work with a lovely team there in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I can still do real estate to the full capacity while I'm traveling overseas. And that's what I love. I came to Europe to change my life. I wanted to live a life where I was more active. I sold my Mercedes. It was hard to part with, but I'm so happy that I did that, and I did that quite easily. I sold my Mercedes on Facebook, some of you may know, to another realtor. It was so quick, so fast. I was like, this has to be like destiny. Like everything happened so fast. I got my visa 7 days before I left. I sold my car a month before I left. I gave away everything that I had in my place. I sold my house 2 years before when I thought I was going to move to Europe in 2017. So that was already sold. It was like God was preparing me to move very slowly because He knows. I had a 3-bedroom house with several closets full of clothes. And if I started to move across the country for a year with that 3-bedroom house, it was not going to work because I already had too many suitcases in 2019 coming over here. So God was slowly preparing me to sell my house, move from the 3-bedroom. I moved into a beautiful studio apartment in the center of Charlotte, North Carolina, overlooking the skyline. But it was like a 1-bedroom sliding door, 1 to 2 closet apartment. And then a year later, I moved into another studio where it was like an open door bedroom, 1 closet, 1 HVAC, and top and bottom washer dryer. So it was like slowly I was moving into a smaller space, getting used to living in smaller quarters. And here I am, skip forward to 2019, and I lived in Paris, and I moved to Annecy, France, and I've been living in hotels until I was able to find an apartment through one of my French professors who let me stay with his family for 30 days, and I moved into his extra bedroom, and I had lunch and dinner with his family almost every single day, and we spoke nothing but French. And here I am with a couple of suitcases. Really had to narrow down what was really important to me. So I felt like I was being prepared for a very long time for this trip, and everything just kind of aligned. So right now I'm working with some real estate agencies in Portugal. I'm working with some real estate agencies in Switzerland. I live about 40 minutes away from Geneva, Switzerland, which I love. So I absolutely love that I can still continue to do real estate. I'm selling merch on the internet. I have my Travel Queen shirt that I absolutely love. I don't have it here with you, but I will post a link down in the information. So you can definitely look at that and check it out and get you a Travel Queen t-shirt, as well as I've been selling real estate shirts as well online and some other like really cute merchandise. So check it out. I'll send all the links and put them all below. A lot of people have asked me like what type of visa I'm on, and I'm on a tourist visa and it lasts for 1 year. Like I said, I do have the option to renew. I have to show and prove that I have enough money to support myself without working for a French company. So definitely support my merchandise. If you want to buy a house, in the US or Europe, contact me. Like, keep this going, because if you guys support me, then I can keep doing what I want to do. And actually, I love inspiring people. I get messages every single day on Instagram saying, "You are such an inspiration." And that's something I never, ever expected. I was just doing what was in my heart, and I was scared all the way through. So if any of you are considering a move or doing something that really scares you, I say pray about it and take the leap of faith. And if everything is aligning, I say go for it, because I mean, there's going to be a day where you can't travel. There's going to be a day where you can't move. There's going to be a day where you can't do what you want to do. Now is the time to go in faith towards your dreams. And that's what I did. So I hope that I can inspire people, but like, I didn't feel like a cool kid when I was like packing my bags and throwing away, like shoes that I loved, clothes that I loved away, and like, it was stressful. And then you can see in my other videos, like I had a lot of trouble finding housing, and it was just like by perfect divine that I found an apartment, and I found a studio apartment. It has one closet, it has one very small shower, it has one very small kitchenette. So I would have never been prepared to do that if I didn't go through all those steps to move and to change my life one step at a time. And it happened very gradually. Some people ask me, what would you have done differently? I think I still have problems with transferring money. So I get paid in American dollars mostly. And that's what I have in my bank account. I have an American bank account. So I mean, in hindsight, maybe I would have taken out more cash before I moved here and traveled with cash, but who wants to travel with a bunch of cash? I mean, I'm lucky that nothing happened, but all the times that I've moved, you never know what can happen. Why did I move to Annecy, France? It kind of wasn't planned to move to Annecy, France. I actually wanted to live near Switzerland. I know on my visa, since I have a French visa, it was important for me to live in France, and where I live is just 40 minutes, like I said, outside of Geneva, so I can quickly travel to any European country. And what I love about Annecy, France is that there's lakes here, there's mountains, there's biking trails. Everyone is really healthy here, and one of the reasons why I actually did this is because I wanted to be more healthy. I was driving in my car every single day. I was going to the grocery store in my car a mile away. Now I go on my bike to the grocery store, which is 5 to 10 minutes away, depending on where I go. I would have never done that in the States. I didn't walk anywhere. I took my little Mercedes everywhere, and now I'm much more healthier. I think I'm much more happy. I think I'm just expanding myself in so many different ways. I'm taking French class daily. Sometimes this summer I don't have my afternoon French class, but on a regular basis I take French class 3 hours a day. I take French class in the morning and the afternoon. And it doesn't seem like a lot maybe, but it is a lot when you're learning something new. I thought I was pretty efficient in the French language, especially since I went to school in American School of Paris, and I graduated from American School of Paris, but it's been a long time and there's so much more to learn in the French language. So I get very tired learning a new language. I call it a new language, but I've been learning this language since I was 17 years old. So I can get around pretty easily. I'm learning pretty fast. I'm advancing in my classes pretty rapidly, more than I expected. But there still comes with its challenges. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for all the people that I met. I have an affinity for like older people. They just tend to gravitate towards me, and I tend to gravitate towards them as well as like younger people. So it's more like younger or older people, but like people my age. I do have friends that I've known all my life, but I don't make a lot of new friends that are exactly my age for whatever reason. It's either like older or younger. And some of my professors have actually become my friends. I've just had lots of wonderful experiences from learning from my French friends and learning the French culture that way. With all of that said, I do love it. I took a leap of faith. I'm so happy that I did it. I'm so happy that I can inspire anyone that I can inspire. But there are some things that I miss. And one of those things would be bacon. Oh my goodness. Bacon, for whatever reason, is not readily found in the grocery stores here. So there's not a lot of bacon. And I keep like getting the wrong thing when I go to buy meat, as well as pepperoni. French pizza does not have pepperoni. It has like some weird like chorizo. I don't know what it's called in English, but it's not pepperoni. And I cannot find pepperoni in the stores in France. So that's something that I really miss. I never really thought I miss. And someone that dabbles in Atkins diet, which less dabbling in my later years as of now currently, but I love bacon when I'm on the Atkins diet, and there's no bacon here. So I cannot find bacon. I can go to a restaurant and order bacon, but I cannot find it in the grocery stores. I really miss bacon. What else do I miss? I wrote some things down. Although I love being healthier, I really do miss my car. Oh my gosh. I really do miss getting places fast. Like my class, I have to take a bus. I have to schedule ahead of time. Like there's only a couple times where the bus comes, and either you take it or if you miss it, you're going to be late. So with my car, I would never really have to be late because I could leave like 15 minutes or 20 minutes before my appointment and still make it on time or early. I really miss nail salons. Here in France, I know this sounds like so girly, but you have to make an appointment beforehand, and that's the only way that you can have an appointment to get your nails done. It's not like they get you in 30 minutes and they get you out. Like you have to make an appointment, and it's kind of like an hour to 2 hour affair. Like you can't do it really fast. It's not in and out. In Charlotte, North Carolina, where I lived, you can get a mani-pedi for an hour and you're in and you're out. You had your wine, you had your back massage, and bada boom, bada bing, you're out. So I really miss that. I haven't actually got my nails done. Oh, in like 6 months. I can't even show my nails right now. I've been trying to do my own nails and toes, but ladies, it's not the same. So, and a big one, air conditioning. Like I have been so hot. Luckily in the last couple days, it's been so nice because it's rained, but there's no air conditioning in my apartment, and there's no air conditioning in most places in France. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're staying in a hotel, you might want to check if your hotel has air conditioning. Most modern hotels do have air conditioning, but if you're staying like in an Airbnb, they might not all have air conditioning in their apartment. So that's something you definitely have to look out for. Sorry, there's something in my eye. And beyond that, being able to buy clothes off the clothes rack. So I was a plus size model in Charlotte, North Carolina, and that's what I did every single week. And I was happy to fit clothes and I was fitting clothes for major retailers in Charlotte, North Carolina. And here, like, I can't fit some of the clothes here because they're much smaller. If you're a size 10, you can definitely fit clothes, but if you're any bigger than that, you can't. My battery is running out, so I will not be able to